Hey guys, how's it going? Underground Geek here. So I got a little video to do here. I'm going to start doing more videos more often. Sorry if the audio is a little bit off. I don't have a microphone. I'm having to use a microphone on the computer. So something very interesting was brought to my attention. I was going to do it on another video, but this kind of hit home for me a little bit. It really got on my nerves because it has to do with things that I like and money. And it really just goes to show you that these people are out for themselves. You know, these people, the SJWs are out for themselves. They want themselves to be better than everyone else. They don't care what they have to do to make you look bad on social media, to make you look bad in the public, so they can swoop in and take your jobs from you. This is what it boils down to. They want to be important. They want to take what you want in the least just the least respectful way possible. And an example here is Richard Pace. Now, Richard Pace, if you don't know who that is, I was shocked to find out that I was blocked, since I followed him on Twitter and was a big fan of his and sung praises of his for his books on Imaginary Fiends, which is what his cover page is right here, Imaginary Fiends. I was a big fan of that for DC and Vertigo. I did a bunch of videos on it. I thought I was one of the only people reading the book, just because of the kind of the genre it is. But I really thought it was a good book. And everybody kept saying, you know, he's a weird guy. He's a weird guy. He's a strange individual. I was like, well, I hadn't really seen anything. I'm a fan of him. He does good books. But there's just something about him that just makes you want to say that he's probably a dick in real life. And then I go to his page after seeing this post, and I'm blocked all of a sudden. I'm blocked all of a sudden. I wasn't blocked before. So this man went out there and either did a blockchain on the people that I follow. If you don't know what a blockchain is, you can set up a way to block anyone that follows a person on Twitter. So if they follow that person, they're automatically blocked by you, which is the most childish thing I've ever seen. Especially if you're a professional that works for a company. But here's the thing. It wouldn't be such a big deal if they didn't use Twitter as an outlet to spew hate to the customers. They're constantly trying to put down the customers, constantly trying to spew hate to everybody, constantly trying to put us in a box and say these people in this vague situation are all bad and this is why they are bad. You know, they have to dehumanize you. They have to make you look like you're not humane to other people. Because if you're not humane, then you're a monster and you're easily targeted. So anyway, he just blocked me for no reason. But if you go back to the tweet here that the Umbrella Man put on here, it says, Richard Pace actually says, am I on board? He's talking about the Brettweisers here. He says, am I on board with people identifying with a hate group and profiting from the association while getting no public blowback from it? Not really. Am I on board with people pointing that out? That's fine. So he says he's fine with getting on social media and pointing fingers at somebody for being associated with somebody. But he's not okay with not pointing it out. He says, I'm not at all on board with threats of any sort. None were made there. Yeah, but see, you know what you're doing. You're trying to discredit these people because you want their job. And this guy says, not there. The AO group was clear, and this is Danny AO. He's just a hate spewer on Twitter. He's nothing. He tries to say he's an artist, and I can draw better than him with crayons and construction paper. He says, it was clear, though. Replace Brettweiser with Pace. How do you take that? And he's saying, replace the Brettweisers with this guy, Richard Pace. He says, well, if the Brettweisers are now anticipating something similar to the harassment and video attacks I've experienced, show us some proof. I have some empathy for them. But they chose to align with a hate group. I chose to oppose one. That's the cost for our actions. And they said, so they deserve it. Okay. Here's the thing. He flat out said that their actions should get their jobs taken away from them, and it would be fine if he had it, basically. That's what he's saying without saying it. If he ends up with their job, that's fine because they were associated with a hate group. Okay, we have to stop throwing this word hate group around. Unless you're labeled by the government as a hate group, shut the hell up about this stuff. I mean, you can't just go around and say they're a hate group, they're a hate group. You're a hate group. Okay, there you go. Now you're a hate group because I said you're a hate group. All right, that's basically what you're saying. You're saying that just because I said it makes it so. All right, well, just because I said it makes it so. You're now part of a hate group, Richard Pace. You're part of a hate group. You're not even verified because you're not even that important. But here's the thing. We really have to get over this kind of stuff, and we really have to get back to what's important, and that's good comic books. These people right here are going to weed themselves out. They're going to lose their jobs because they're not very good. And if you start getting popular and then the first thing you do is start trying to undermine other people and start calling customers hate groups, you're not very smart. It's the same thing that kind of Tom King was doing. It's the same thing that these other people were doing in my last video. I mean, it's Matthew Rosenberg. It's like as soon as these people get kind of popular, they lose their damn minds. And I don't really understand why that's happening. But it really needs to stop, and we need to start pointing out when these idiots do this kind of stuff. But this comes from the Umbrella guy. He's a good friend of mine. He does really good videos. Check him out. But I just want to kind of talk about that because it really just doesn't make sense to me. Just like the Jeff Lemire thing, going after fans, just like the Max Bemis thing, going after fans. All you're doing is killing your sales. I could do a video all day about your sales, and after you do this kind of stuff, how hard your sales get hit. It doesn't help anything. You're hurting everybody else involved in the book. Stop. But that's all I got to say, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing some more videos later. I hope you like this. I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy and the selfishness in what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're trying to kick these other people out where they can swoop in and take their jobs. But all right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Underground Geek out.